Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Well, most Tasmanians don't support the greyhound racing industry, according to a new poll. It sparked strong debate, with animal advocacy groups continuing to call for the sport to be banned, while Tas Racing says it's a huge contributor to our economy.
Gathering for the welfare of greyhounds while prompting calls to end the racing industry altogether.
We're just people that are trying to help these dogs, so it's really lovely to see that we're building support and we're building momentum.
A statewide opinion poll by ERMS found 62% of Tasmanians oppose the greyhound racing industry.
We found that only 1% had actually attended a greyhound racing in the past year and a similar proportion intended to in the following year. The number of people who are actually putting bets on greyhound racing is also very, very low.
500 respondents were surveyed prior to trainer Anthony Bullock receiving a lifetime ban for baiting.
500 as a percentage of 26 million, I think, greatly overrepresents the Tasmanian population. So in that respect, it was very robust.
Respondents in northern Tasmania significantly more supportive of the industry than south, and men more in favour than women.
We need to make sure that racing's fair and humane and financially sustainable, and that's what we're committed to delivering on, but obviously acknowledging different views.
Well, Tas Racing says wagering turnover on greyhounds totalled nearly $320 million during a recent reporting period. Adding attendance figures at meetings are good, not to mention the thousands of jobs the industry provides. Animal groups hope the poll will evoke change and for those advocating for greyhound welfare to be victorious in the near future.
Hopefully that it's a signal to those that are seeking popular election to change the way they look at the greyhound industry.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
The Jack Jumpers are committing to better consultation as the club stands by its decision not to wear the Indigenous round jersey, which sparked controversy last week. The singlet was pulled from sale following condemnation from some Aboriginal members about the design and lack of Indigenous involvement in the decision-making process.
And we did not follow the process we should have. I've had some amazing correspondence from many of our Aboriginal communities across the state, and they all want to engage and they want to work with us and they want to help us, and we can only get better through that support.
The CEO says she's been supporting the young artist caught up in the furor. The Bruny Island community is calling for the reversal of an Ambulance Tasmania decision, saying it leaves some in danger. There are concerns that current vehicles might not be able to service the island's farthest reaches.
Bruny Island is a summer favourite and tourism hotspot, but locals hold safety concerns, claiming volunteer paramedics have been blocked from delivering care.
I don't want to be put into a position whereby I have to tell a grieving family, if only.
A recent decision to replace the four-wheel drive ambulance is raising the alarm, with claims the vehicles aren't up to scratch to tackle the terrain and new rules put on those using them.
One of the issues that's been put to us, that the ambulance had to be removed because the volunteers weren't trained. We are prepared to fund the training for our volunteers to be able to use that ambulance.
Ambulance Tasmania says the new four-wheel drive vehicle has the same functionality as the old one. Volunteers say they've been instructed not to take it off-road.
The best people to know what Bruny Island needs are people on Bruny Island, and that's why I think we need to listen to Tammy and the Bruny Island Community Association on issues like this.
An Ambulance Tasmania spokesperson said the fleet effectively meets the island's needs, with one call-out every 4 days this year. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
The Brooker Highway just got a whole lot brighter with a mural of the Jack Jumpers mascot now in eyes reach. Created as part of a Taswater program, the street art is generating jobs and preventing crime.
Using a bland building as his canvas, local artist Trent Fisher spent 2 weeks working solo on his largest masterpiece yet.
I sort of sketch it out and put a bit of a grid up to work from to get proportions right, but a lot of it is sort of making it up as you go.
In walking distance from My State Bank Arena, the mural is a tribute to the Jack Jumpers and its mascot.
He's full of energy, he's a cheeky but he's respectful. He goes about his business with a big heart, and the kids absolutely love him, and I must say the adults do too.
The pump station, one of 24, now coated in paint as part of Taswater's Asset Artwork program.
We're part of the fabric of this community, and we want the community that fronts these facilities to be able to enjoy what it is that they look at.
Fisher's street art also warding off unwanted graffiti.
A lot of our facilities get tagged on a frequent basis, and you go and you remove the tagging and they get tagged again. And one of the things we find is that there's respect amongst artists.
People see blank walls and they want to sort of put something on them, but if there's something good on there already, they don't need to.
Jack Jumpers fans are encouraged to seek out the spectacle in December when the team plays its next home game. Brianna Boylan, 7 Tasmania News.
A bit like the players themselves, it takes years of training and dedication to become good enough to officiate an AFL match. Tasmanian umpire Bryce Guy has cracked the big time, called upon to make the big calls in next year's AFL season.
A familiar face on footy fields around the state, next season Bryce Guy will be waving the flag for Tasmania on the big stage. Added to the list of AFL goal umpires, fulfilling a lifelong dream after a decade and a half working his way through the ranks.
It is a journey, it doesn't happen overnight, so it's been a few years training and working on my game, umpiring and doing grand finals.
Moving to Queensland with his family for the job, 25-year-old Bryce will be the third Tasmanian in the umpire pool.
Bryce has started at an early age, umpiring through the juniors down here, and to see him kind of grow as an individual as well as an umpire, the work he's put in on and off the field, I think it's a really just reward.
He's got plenty of experience under his belt adjudicating matches since he was a junior.
You had to decide whether you wanted to umpire on a Saturday or play footy on a Saturday. I'm glad I decided to stick to umpiring rather than footy because, I couldn't play footy. So, so it was a good decision.
No stranger to a big show, Bryce was between the posts for the 2017 AFLW Grand Final and has no qualms about thousands of screaming fans piling on pressure when the game is riding on his call.
You don't let the crowds determine the score. Sometimes you're going to get the decision wrong, but that happens in life and no one's ever perfect.
Nick Kelly, 7 Tasmania News.
A Tasmanian woman is sharing her recipe for sweet success, recognised as one of the country's kindest people. It's an honour she could never have imagined when she first cooked up her first batch of scones, connecting the local community one bite at a time.
Mixing together the perfect combination of kindness, love and joy.
They all add up to just having a really good community.
Joy Saunderson is the sweet master cook behind Scone Time, bringing together members of her treasured Perth community once a month.
Put some ads in the paper and people came along and started off with 6. And the last function we had 25 people.
A TV moment first sparked the delicious idea, inspiring Jo to strap on her apron and share her love of cooking and connection.
I'm being kind, but I'm paying back all the kindnesses that have been shown to me, moving to a small town where I didn't know anybody, and the people have been genuinely kind.
Jo's favourite ingredients to make the perfect scone include all the classics plus a few extra additions.
It includes an egg and yoghurt, which adds nutritional value for older people.
But the secret ingredient is spreading kindness and joy in every bite.
With so much angst in the world and trauma and sadness, I think a little bit of kindness goes a long way.
As the heart of the small community, she's now cooked up a nomination for a top national honour, recognised as a finalist in Black Pepper's search for the kindest Australian.
It's a bit taken aback, really, because I hadn't really thought about it. And then I thought, well, it's nice to be recognised.
Jo hopes other small communities can give the recipe of kindness the tick of approval and start their very own Scone Time.
It'd be lovely for our success to spread to other towns too, because it's not difficult to do.
proving a little kindness and a delicious scone can go a long, long way. Victoria Easto, 7 Tasmania News.
Victoria is chasing a solid target set by Tasmania after day 2 of their Sheffield Shield match. After plenty of practice chasing down boundaries all morning, Victorians were well prepared to stop the umpire's hat going for 4 on a blustery Melbourne day. Bo Webster is leading today, scoring for the Tigers, left hanging on 97 not out after an unfortunate miscommunication ended the innings.
He said, there's been a mix-up. Sam Rainbird takes off after Webster came down and Bo will be left stranded on 97 as he slams the bat into the pad.
An early wicket had the Tigers in good position. The hosts digging in though through the afternoon, 1 for 142 at stumps. A slippery track invader put a pause on finals of the BMX National Championships in Shepparton. With the track cleared of reptiles, Wynyard's Talia Broomhall surviving a nasty crash to finish second in the Cruiser Girls final. Clubmate Ton Hayden finishing third in the men's Moto 4. And Launceston's Chelsea Tuck winning the girls Para BMX for the second year running. Congratulations to all of them, Kim.
Indeed. Thank you very much there, Nick.
Good evening. A fine and warm day with partly cloudy skies across the island today. Hobart 20, Launceston 22, Devonport 18, Burnie 17. The state's top 24 in Ouse, Friendly Beaches and Grove both 21. The Islands and Luncheon Hill all 20 degrees, St Helens 19, Lowhead 17, 15 in Lyweenie. High-level cloud is moving over the state with low-level cloud evident. Areas of scattered thunderstorms over inland southern Queensland into WA, also about southwestern WA and near Darwin. Isolated low-level cloud is over coastal parts of eastern Australia. The rest of the country is mostly cloud-free. Tomorrow shows a very slow-moving high-pressure system over the Tasman Sea, extending a ridge over the east coast of the mainland. A trough extends across eastern WA and northern Australia. Another trough is over western Victoria and about the west of the state. Winds 10 to 20 knots north to northeasterly in the east, southeasterly in the west and east to northeasterly in the north. Winds reaching up to 25 knots at times about the far northwest, with southwesterly swells in the west and south increasing to 2 metres. A strong wind warning has been issued tomorrow for the far northwest coast. Tomorrow, Hobart, partly cloudy 22, similar in Adventure Bay 19, a possible storm in Tarraleah 21. Back to work in the north, Launceston partly cloudy 25, a possible shower for Devonport 21, 22 and partly cloudy in Bridport. A shower or two expected in Burnie 19, much the same in Strawn 22, showers for Marrawart 21. St Helens partly cloudy 20, mostly sunny for Swansea 22, sunny skies also for Whitemark with 21 degrees. Wednesday, isolated showers becoming scattered during the day with a chance of a possible thunderstorm. Thursday, showers statewide, easing in the evening with possible thunderstorms continuing and contracting east, likely to clear in the evening. Friday, possible late showers about the west, otherwise mainly fine elsewhere. Looking to the mainland tomorrow, Melbourne, a possible storm and a shower or two for the race that stops the nation tomorrow, expecting 30 degrees. Mostly sunny in Sydney 25, also 25 but partly cloudy in Brisbane, 26 and partly cloudy in Canberra. And currently in Hobart, it's mostly clear 17, also mostly clear in Launceston 18, much the same in Devonport with 16. Now, for those of you celebrating Melbourne Cup festivities across the state tomorrow, we can expect relatively fine conditions, Kim.
And it is certainly warming up. Thank you so much, Kaya. That is all your news for now. We'll have news, sport and weather updates throughout the night. Thanks for joining us. For now, good night.